Hello and welcome along to this webinar this evening, part of the Girls on Track UK initiative managed by Motorsport UK. This webinar is being recorded and it will be made available after the event on the Girls on Track UK community Facebook page. First of all, thank you very much for being here today. Please do join in by sending in your questions on the Q&A button below. There we go, I'm there. Now my guest today is a very familiar face to me and should hopefully be a familiar face, if not perhaps a familiar back to you. If you're an F1 fan, I'm pleased to say that it is the head of strategy for the Aston Martin Cognizant Formula One team. It's Miss Bernie Collins. Bernie, thank you very much for joining us. Good to see you. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Thank you for having me along, and it's good to see you as well.
First of all, what are you doing right now? Because obviously we're in the closed season for F1. We know testing's now going to be in Bahrain in March. So what are you doing at the moment?
So we spend it's a good question because a lot of people think you must have from, you finish a race in December to the middle of March off. There's a good degree of time off, but and sort of recharging and getting ready for the next season. But a lot of it is, throughout the year, we always look at things we could have done better. We could have improved our tools. We could have made better decisions. What can we do in terms of software? And we start to look at all of those things and think, what are the things that during the year when we were doing triple headers or back-to-back races we couldn't do, and try and look at those. So at the moment I'm working from home, like most of us are, but with the team, both at the track and the factory, to look at what we can improve for next season and how we ultimately can finish in a better position than we did this year.
Can you give us like a little summary of your role for those that don't know you? How would you describe your role and your day-to-day job when you're at a Formula One race?
So my title is head of race strategy, and that sort of sums it up reasonably well, in that I'm responsible for our team getting the highest number of points that we can at the end of a weekend. So that is both cars at all of the different tracks that we attend. Over a race weekend, that's reasonably simple. It's how you make the best decisions you can to finish with the drivers in the best finishing positions that they can. So they've got their driver championship to worry about, but we're ultimately worried about the team championship and finishing as high in the constructors as we can. So there's a lot that feeds in advance and post that. So pre-event, we spend a lot of time looking at, what type of track are we going to, what are we expecting the weather to be, what tyres are Pirelli bringing, how do we expect our pace will be, do we think it'll be fast or is it going to be a struggle? All these things to sort of build a picture for us that we make the best decisions, on what tyres we run on Friday and what fuel we run on Friday, where do we think we're going to qualify, what do we need to worry about for qualifying. Such that at the race we start on what we think is the best tyres in the best position and have a really clear plan of what we want to do. And then post-race I spend a lot of time looking at what we did and, quite importantly, what other people did and what can we learn from that, what would we have done differently, how did other people react to certain things, and just try and improve week on week such that by the end of the year we're in a good position.
We're going to delve into that a little bit more in a bit.